Strangers around.
It's a little bit silly and I didn't put the audio on. So I just worked it out and now we've got audio.
Now come.
And now we're going to play this. The only thing I need to do is update this. Even if I'm going to hang up, or do I have to wait a little while for this to be done? Oh, right, okay, so... okay. That's not helpful. Possibly, you know, do a little thing here and then... Right, I'm just setting up my computer, that's what this is. Setting up my computer so that I can look at these, you know, videos. Right, there was a live stream, we are a little bit forward in the game, but it didn't have any audio, so it's silly. So, it's going to be skipped ahead a little bit from the last time that we played. All I've done is, I've got to here, I asked the girl questions from a... Oh, what did I do? I asked the girl questions in a sort of restaurant cafe thing. She didn't really have anything to give us, but we're here at this place now, so that's good. Turing got a little bit annoyed because he was freaking out about, or he was getting annoyed at whoever killed Hayden, I want to say. Oh yeah, Hayden, we found out he was dead. Ring off. Oh my god, what is this? Decent. I'm just gonna go, hi, is Melody home?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh god.
Mine says we can go in. Should we?
We're going in.
Oh, wow! Swanky!
No one uses swanky anymore.
Oh, Miss Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and...
Oh, I know who you are.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case.
Like, Reg, you guys pretty like.
Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
Okay, so the bear's name's Pat, okay.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Whoa, we're getting technical here, are we? Calm down.
Well, either way, he's on a diet.
You sound Russian.
This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you.
Okay, I thought she sounded Russian, but she's
Do you
not.
understand?
Let's clip that up.
Not really.
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him, either.
Right.
Okay, she seems so nice. That was a gardening one, okay. Planter, melody, teapot, stories. A cat? That's not a cat, you know. Can we get... Yeah! Yeah. Okay. Maybe we should try talking... No. I want to talk to the lady. There we go.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Please, Melody, any information you might have. We haven't had access to any of his research notes and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course. We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people.
You've got to be kidding me.
When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt? We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your questions, for now.
Oh my god, right. I'm gonna go, what's the story between you and Fairlight, because Fairlight said that they didn't have a very good relationship. So it's gonna...
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years.
Chill!
I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR neural implants to System 1. Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me, literally. I turned him down, very politely, I might add, and then, suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up. We've been at it back and forth ever since. I'd be damned careful about trusting him if I were you. He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants. Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down. It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
Chill, woman, chill. Ugh.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Alright, you weren't doing anything in the
Thank
first
you
place.
for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Will we?
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it. I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you. Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere. He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
Woman, what are you doing with your hair? It's creeping me out a little bit, like, stop.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more...
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
I could have gone to the year 3000 and back by the time that dialogue stopped. Can we use this? Can we tase it? Rosie unit. I'm trying to remember the sleep mode. Oh. Oh wow. Can we just like leave? Ah, yeah, leave. Oh, there we go. Right. We're supposed to contact somebody. Oh yeah, Golden Gate Park. Yoi! Oh, who's this? Alfie? Guy. Well, I supposed to go. Oh yeah, the radio stand. He looks like he's being apparently. Being graffitied on. Love okay? I don't know. Sharon Art Studio. I should probably go talk to this guy. He doesn't know the last of it, I think.
Can I help you? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for?
There must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax. He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
Okay.
Damn that old woman.
Oh, jeez.
What?
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need. I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city. Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand with nothing. I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
Insulting, but accurate.
Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help. Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay. But I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free. I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca. If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever.
Nice.
If you're really sure journals can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
Might be able to do that.
Might? Dear God, I'm doomed.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Sure, as long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
Okay. Do we go with Oblivious Parallax? Why are you so adamant about getting out of New SF? Probably won't ask that one because it probably won't give us the answer to it. Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance? I'm going to go with this one because it seems the best bet, because if we ask what he does as a job, it's a little bit weird.
Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence. Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
Okay.
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying. If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm a good software engineer, probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind. We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
If you say so.
Oh, well, it looks like I've got to ask a lot of questions.
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw. There is... how do I put this without giving it away? There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide. Since the launch of the MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company. The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before. Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power. My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that. If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job. So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay. I need to make some calls, and this park ROM is fun. I want to poke at it a bit. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now. And I really hope you can do this.
Right.
I'd rather give it to you than some other corporation anyway. See you soon.
Okay, so we need to...
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car.
Well, we can ask Tomcat for the untraceable car, I think, if she can hack it somehow to make it untraceable. I'm not sure about the fake passports. Probably maybe Jess, if she's willing to help.
The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot. They might agree to help us if we get them off the hook for stealing the data cache. We should check the police department and see if Lexi can pull some strings.
Oh yeah, Lexi as well.
As for the rest, perhaps Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits.
So he needs 10,000 credits.
That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim. Melody is assumably home as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital.
I think Melody is more likely to give the 10,000 credits to this geezer.
We could ask either of them for assistance.
I think he's her friend. So she's more likely to give money to a friend. I'm not sure if Fairlight is related to this guy in any way, in any way, shape or form. I can't speak to it.
Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
Okay. Alfie, no. Right, definitely got nothing here. There's a little thing that keeps passing by. I wonder if... Oh, there is. Oh, no. Maybe you can't get it. A boosh like that. Okay, so we can either go to the police station, the flower mansion, or the hospital with its weird sign. I'm not gonna go to the police station because they'll be like, no. The flower mansion is probably your best bet out of these three.
Maybe we should ring the...
Yeah, I thought you need to ring the bell. Sup, Pat?
Hello, Pat. Could we see Melody? I guess that means yes?
It always means yes, Turing. You know this now. Melody, what's up? We need to talk to her.
Turing, I'm not saying I don't like seeing your little pixelated face. You're certainly better company than most of the humans I have to deal with. But I am a busy woman, you know? Lots to do.
Well, if you say lots to do is just sitting about on your couch, then I beg to differ.
Right, Pat? Traitor. Anyway, maybe we should space these little visits out a good bit further.
I just need 10,000 credits.
Familiarity breeds contempt, after all. And I'm very good at contempt.
I apologize, Aunt Melody. You've stated before that you like your peace and quiet, but we need your assistance.
Oh, we're running with the aunt thing, are we? Another woman would tell you not to butter her up, but... oh, flattery will get you everywhere with me.
Will it?
All right. What do you need?
10,000 credits, please.
I can only imagine. If he's willing to turn coat on Parallax, I bet he feels like a mouse in a cat farm.
Yeah.
I know they don't actually farm cats, Pat. It was a metaphor.
I don't think it was metaphor, but then again, you know.
Whatever, it was a simile then.
There we go! I was about to say it sounded more like a simile.
I am not going to play semantics with you.
That's my face and that seafood. I'm not
Moving
gonna
on.
lie.
Tell me what the trouble is, and I'll try to conjure up a solution.
Yes, Mr. Mensa says he needs 100,000 credits before he's willing to speak openly. He also said that you already promised it to him, and that he won't be able to get out of the city without it. He'll give us the information once we have that, plus a few other things I'm certain we can get on our own.
What? You can't even scrape together that kind of money? Your friend's not much of a journalist, eh, Turing?
According to the statistics that I have found, it is unlikely that a journalist of any caliber less than the best would have that amount of liquid assets on hand. The pay for the profession just isn't that high, Aunt Melody.
Oh, I see. I guess it's one of those jobs people do because they get free review merchandise, eh?
I've only been streaming for like 20 minutes and most of it has been dialogue.
I can get you the money, Turing, but only because you're family.
Wow!
Just give Pat a few minutes to gather it. Yeah, just keep moving, you big brute. While we wait, is there anything else you want to grill me over?
Not really.
Might as well save us both another visit.
I do. It's a little personal, though. I'd understand if you didn't feel like answering.
Just shoot, Turing. I can take it.
Long ago, you lost your mother. I was wondering, how did you deal with it? Hayden's only been gone for a few days, and I already feel like my circuits are going to lock up for good.
Oh, Turing, I'm not the right person to ask. I hated my mother.
Did you know? Oh, well, that's...
She's everything I thought wrong in the world, and when she was gone, I felt nothing but relief that I could start undoing the damage she did. Never mind the fact I had to watch her waste away from the cancer. Death was a blessing for us both.
Oh, that's a bit mean.
Besides, you'll find Hayden soon. Keep your chin up.
Oh. Blast it! Enough with this subterfuge! We already know Hayden was killed.
Oh, no.
I won't be getting him back.
I'm sorry, Turing. I still don't know what to tell you. I've lost people, but never anyone close enough to wound me. I don't know that I've ever had anyone close enough to do that. If you feel like talking about it, I'm willing to listen.
Good for you.
Or make Pat do it anyway.
Thank you. I don't know.
Stick it out. Time heals all wounds. Or so they say. This too shall pass.
While Gandalf's over here just like, you shall not pass.
Being alone is easier, and Pat isn't such bad company. I mean, what do you want me to do? Cry about never having a husband, a few kids, and a white picket fence? I had a company to run, and my mother's legacy to fix. What's to say some spawn of mine wouldn't do the exact same thing to my flower, just the other way around? This branch of the Flores line will do well without any more knives being inserted in backs. Thank you very much.
That was a very classy way to say backstabbed, I'm not gonna lie.
You have that much enmity for your mother?
Have you seen what she did to North Korea? It's a wasteland of death and destruction. If we had kept going down the path she charted, the whole world would be like that.
The information on the mesh does seem to paint a grim picture.
Grim barely scratches the surface. I've been there. At least under the Kims it was barely functional. Now, my mother's monsters have ripped every last resemblance of humanity from the land.
Ooh.
They stalk the night like horrific creatures of legend, keeping the populace in line through constant fear. A horror story straight out of the pages of Bram Stoker. That's her legacy. So I can't imagine I'd be a very good mother, just from the example I have to work with. That's life. I don't have any more regrets than anyone else my age does. My legacy will speak for itself, as my mother's did.
You're like 50. We're short on time, I really can't bother to ask about Pat. Nothing.
Oh, just in time then. Take the cash and get moving.
Yay, a briefcase.
I can finally get back to whatever it was I was doing before you burst in here.
Which was apparently not very much.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Your help has been invaluable to us.
Yes, yes. Brown nose later.
Oh.
You've got things to do too.
Oh no. Whoops, someone's running. I don't want to do that, I just want to leave.
I did not think I would feel such a strong resonance with Melody.
No?
We're connected by the barest of threads, but she is already important to me. Is that strange?
A little bit. Yeah. Maybe you're both lonely, I don't know.
Very possible. I guess there's nothing to do but run with it. Some gifts are too valuable to look at too closely, lest they vanish into thin air, and I already have a penchant for overanalyzing things. Let's get moving.
Finally!
We still have things to do before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa.
Have we got to go to the, NSFPD?
Detective
Oh, Lexi!
Rivers, to what do we owe the pleasure?
I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters.
Oh,
It wasn't too hard to track you down here. Only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transactions in the AutoCAD system.
Chill.
Don't be an ass.
I wasn't planning on doing that.
Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really use another lead from the two of you. I had been busy hunting down a I'm not sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire. Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden, but he's got an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack diddly shit. Do the two of you have anything to give me? Otherwise I'm back to hunting down the froyo-hating robot ghost in the park. At least my superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep riding my ass about it.
We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers. We have a meeting with someone from inside Parallax who might be able to give us answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police. I just wish this... Never mind.
Oh.
Buck up, Turing. I wish this was easier too.
Lexi, not talking about that. I think talking about
But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever. It's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing. You two are my new deputies, right?
Yay, we got a job.
So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more.
I don't think we have to go
You
to
let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after. Yeah, sure. Just get going. Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Better now.
Okay then, we only have a single lead. If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting. Let's see if we can put an end to this. Finally. Oh, I just received an email from Tomcat.
Okay.
They finished decrypting Hayden's data cache. It seems that it was filled mostly with his personal logs about my creation and mental development. The more technical information was already scraped. Perhaps that is why it was left behind when they snatched him. Still, these files should be enlightening, if only in a personal way. I'll peruse them in my spare time and let you know if I find anything interesting. I'd hate for all the trouble we went to be for nothing.
35 minutes. Well, 36-ish minutes. And, nothing, really. Just a load of dialogue. Do we still have to go here?
I didn't expect you to show up here.
Oh,
I was just about to wrap up booking these two, now that they've had a little time to sit underneath the weight of their shenanigans.
Hey, look! It's the snitch! You know what they say about snitches?
they get snitches?
Not in front of the detective, Chad.
Hey, if you don't think the vandalism is enough, I'm sure I can write up a quick charge for that threat, too.
Huh! We didn't do nothing that bad! This is bullshit! Oh, my dad's gonna kill me!
Yeah, he'd also kill you because your grammar isn't that great either.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you decided to take your street art to the wrong street.
Oh.
A little community service never hurt anyone. It'll be a learning experience.
And we would have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for...
Chad, shut up!
Don't call me that, Ollie! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
Oh my lord.
So what's the point of watching all those ancient cartoons with you if I can't use the joke?
Don't dig us any deeper. We're in enough trouble as it is.
They say it in every episode!
Do they now? That's interesting.
We're not on a television show, jerk. We were arrested by real cops.
Well...
What? You think they haven't seen the show?
Why do you always think everything is a damn joke, asshole?
Oliver's getting all up in his grill.
Oh, now look who's swearing. Goody two-shoes.
Boys, if we're done arguing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh my god, shut up about my girl Lexi, otherwise I'll personally come and slap you.
So, what brings you to my lair?
Oh,
Oh, great. Now what? We gotta pick up your dog's shit or something?
I don't think it's about a dog.
That line was considerably different.
How would you know, Ollie? You Francis York Morgan now?
How do you even know who that is?
I got into your vintage games. I'm totally nailing the detective references today.
No, you're not. The only great detective references come from Sherlock.
Do the two of you ever shut up? I swear I should lock you up just to spare the city of your ceaseless jabbering. My position as a servant of the public demands it.
I'm not sure bad referential humor is illegal, ma'am.
Dude, bad? You're supposed to be on my side.
We really could use their assistance, Detective Rivers. It's my apartment in a way. Isn't it up to me to decide whether I press charges?
Not even remotely. But fine, take 'em. I can't handle being within earshot of the blue one any longer.
Aw, I thought we were really making a connection, Detective.
Sorry about Chad, ma'am. He doesn't mean harm. We're very grateful. We both need to check in with our families first, so we'll meet the two of you back on Market Street, if that's okay.
Of course. We'll meet you there, Oliver.
What a waste of my time. Don't worry. It's a hassle, but you know what we say. Gold in peace, iron in war. Back to the grind again. Stay safe, deputies.
Boom, we deputies now. I don't think we even need to be here, do we? No, we need to go back to Juju Park. Is it Juju Park? No, it's Market Street, okay. This is what I meant. We went to Hassie with the Moe girl and questioned her for a little bit. Weather arm, that's not going to help me. Is that a car that we can... Oliver, I can only... I'm not even going to talk this fast, dude. I can't get to Oliver.
The two of you are like a fuzzed sync-wave, even if you got us off the hook for that apartment job.
We appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Let's just get this over with. Riding this out is freaking exhausting.
Oh, shut up.
Then we'll be all squared up. For good.
Right. What do you need us to do?
We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
Oh, so this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes.
Sure,
So,
why not?
what's the thread? B&E? War driving? Copyright infringement? Search bombing?
Is search bombing actually illegal?
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
I don't think we're in California.
My school? Pfft, you don't know me like that, but whatever. Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests. He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passports that can get 2 people past the border safely.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
What about that guy who got at least that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call. Give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy, very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman.
Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo. Well, that and petty larceny.
We might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal? You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet? Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding edge.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software.
Ooh.
I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about.
Which means what exactly? In English?
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
Oops. And yes, what he said.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
Oh my god, shut up.
Tin can? Really?
Whoa.
I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica. Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century?
We're still in our time, relatively. It was 2064.
ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades.
Yeah, that's a good point. Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name calling, too.
Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Oh, Bitbrain!
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
Whoa! Where's that icy cold water when you need it? Cheering's on his burn games tonight.
I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade. A couple of passports are gonna run us... 1 signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino? Yukino at the Gates to the Deep?
Sounds like an anime.
Course.
Yeah, please.
It's always that Japanese crap.
It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas!
Oh, whoa. Oh, my eyes.
Maybe you can do better?
Probably.
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get. My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on. We'll help you look for it.
Right, Chad and Oliver joined my party. I don't have a party. Wait, does it mean... Wait. Oh, they're not in my... Okay. Anyway. You can sell it of something. Are they gonna be in that? You can get stuff though. No, it's not right. No, I'm gonna check that. Okay, so there's nothing in the map. Should probably ask Hattie girl? I don't know if their name's actually Hattie. Oh my god, no, I don't want to go left, I want to go in.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is! I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks. You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
What if you call it just shut up?
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
I'm not kidding, that Stardew sounds like 90% of the boys in my education. No, I'm not kidding.
We could just do a smash and grab. Simple and effective.
We can't do that! She knows who we are!
Us too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
Guess we'll shut up about it then.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Like a bunch of clumps? Chumps? What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us, the less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
Screw that, Static. I'm not heading to juvie not knowing what for.
Well, if you wouldn't be going to juvie if you didn't just shut up, okay?
Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine. If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed.
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
Well, Dad after a fashion. He raised me.
You got yours on.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
Hello, dude.
Seems very unlikely.
Oh man, I don't know what to say, you know? I mean, I still have my dad, but he's...
Chad?
I'm just gonna check comments quick, because I don't know if that's my own comment that I just put in, or that someone else's. Oh, well, he's gone. Yeah, so that was my own. Oh, well, he's gone, so, you know. Wait, there's another one? Oh, okay, that's just him.
He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself.
I can't even type today. I've just been doing too much today.
Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic. And I thought I could find a way to make him... Whatever. I might as well nuke that drive. It ain't gonna sink.
I think I understand what you mean, Chad.
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know?
This guy's being dudes.
Dudes?
Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with. Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark! Hey, won't fault you on good taste, but watch that whole babe thing.
I'm not.
I'm taken, and I don't need no game being spit my way.
I'm not attempting to. I'm not even.
That's not... Never mind.
See, Chewing knows what I'm going on about. Just trying to use the old sarcasm.
The line has finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was her name. She's so cute, like her outfit. I want that.
Hey, Ollie! And it's you, with the cute ROM.
Thanks, I have a name.
Salutations, Ramona.
What can I do for you all?
Ahem.
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
No way! Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits. How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster?
Yeah, it just
Look,
does.
I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation, and people have already died.
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it. I don't even see how the poster can help.
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
It's not cheap.
Cheap crap! I'll have you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more. Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed. It's special.
Sure it is.
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
Hey.
Thankfully.
Hey, shut up. I know that I can't use that one, so I'm really hating this, but I'm gonna have to go for this one.
Hell yeah! I knew we'd get to the smash and grab.
I'd like to see you try.
Your
I'd
drinks
like
don't
to see
make
you
no
try
too much, I'm
stopping
not
me.
gonna lie.
Chad, we're not stealing anything.
None of your asses are stealing from me. I'm sure whatever you're working on is important, but it sounds way too illegal for my taste. I'm not giving up that poster, and there's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise.
Please, Ramona.
Nope. It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone.
Oh.
Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade?
You aren't hearing me, are you? It has sentimental value. You can't replace that. Look, you'll just have to order something off the mesh, because you can't have this one.
Oh, we don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade?
What's he got?
I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
Whoa! You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare! They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
You can't be serious, Ollie! You have that thing framed on your wall! And you wouldn't shut up about it for a week after you got it!
This is important, Chad. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Maybe.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
But we need...
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up. Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
A couple of things, maybe.
We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one, too. Go ahead and take the poster.
Yay. Oh, the Takako was the green one. That's interesting.
Thank you, Ramona.
Yes! I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie?
Of course! I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade.
So cool!
Okay, so we've got a lead, and then...
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
What are you talking about?
I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
Oh my god, he's your friend. Let him.
Just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
Sure.
Well, we have the poster now. What's next?
Go ahead and call this number, Turing. He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
I'm going to press the X button.
Sure. Change the subject.
I'll call him right now then. It's ringing.
You the ones looking for some papers?
We are, and we have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional-like. You know Stardust?
I do.
Head there. Leave the poster behind the Mega Phobator arcade cabinet, and get out. Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
Okay.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name, and I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
Who cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants. Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with. I've wasted enough of my day with this crap.
This star guy, he sounds like a sort of mashup between Tamaki Suo and possibly Renge from
Go inside to make the drop.
High School Host.
We'll wait out here.
Yeah,
Or possibly,
don't want to get our IDs taken.
Jean-Jacques Leroy from Euro Nice.
I suppose I should feign surprise.
Hello?
Hey, it's a pretty cool set. even if it is like 1,000,000 years old.
They don't really care about the IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
Found that one out the hard way.
We would have been fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
So I like the hard way.
We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone.
Right, let's just get in this place.
Welcome to Stardust.
Wait, that's legit what he says. What's up, my dudes? Vic bouncer, so... Oh, you're broke. Now, the Vic bouncer isn't where she needs to be, so technically we could get in? I don't know.
Well, that should do it. That was an awful lot of fuss over a poster. I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important possessions on my data drive.
Yeah, but Turing, signed stuff has a lot more sentimental value than anything else.
That is true. Ramona seemed more concerned with it being a gift from a friend than as an item of importance in its own right. Perhaps it is necessity to keep such things around as tokens from better times.
Maybe.
Perhaps I should pick up a few things from the apartment. Whatever's left. I do have perfect recall, but a few of Hayden's things would be nice reminders. Memories are better for remembering than reading. But that's enough navel-gazing. Let's head back outside so our benefactor can make the trade.
Right.
Y'all do the deal?
How did it go?
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. It shouldn't take long. I wonder how he knows the drop happened, and gets to it so fast.
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed, even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway? You said to trade for information, but what's the full story?
I don't know, I'm just sort of the middleman for this, so...
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of Neo SF unnoticed. The passports are one part of that. We also need to obtain an untraceable car. I don't suppose the two of you could help with that?
No way, dude! Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F! Besides, getting an untraceable car ain't in the same league as a piece of plastic that'll fool a hand scanner.
Chad's right.
Looks like we're gonna have to get Tomcat involved.
Of course I'm right!
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively, even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network. You have to spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyway. The junks run that racket in Neo SF, and they don't play nice.
Especially with the HR.
Well, thank you either way. You've both done us a huge favor. Call it even for the apartment.
Yeah, Blue. No hard feelings. You give us a call if you need anything else, long as it'll help you find your pops.
We should get going, though. We were supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but Ollie's will flip. You take care. Don't get de-rezzed.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Oh my god.
Let's finish the trade inside.
Welcome to Stardust.
What's up, my dude? Nice.
Here the passports are, just as advertised. Now we need to find a car. Jess is right over there. Perhaps she may know someone who can lend a hand.
If she's not all nasty at us.
Well, prepare yourself. If Jess is the worst thing we have to face down this week, I'll consider us lucky.
Oh, look. It's my favorite human and the mechanical sidekick. Did you find your guy? Or wait, let me guess. There's something else you need from me. Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out. Barely.
We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax, and is offering valuable information to us in exchange.
Seriously? Jesus, what kind of shit is in your life anyway?
A lot.
Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable. I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folks in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection. And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs. Regardless, I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either. I won't go down that path. I wouldn't know where to start anyway.
I know we're reaching, but this is important.
You just don't quit, do you? Okay, let me think. This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day.
Woo.
He'll probably be reluctant to talk about it, but there's a free lead for you. Get me another drink in exchange, will you? Later.
Oh, I can't remember what she liked.
Huh. That went better than expected. I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us. Oh, you performed admirably as well.
Oh, thanks.
Onward we go.
I gave you what you wanted, right? I have cuties to meet.
I don't know what she likes. I got to talk to this dude.
Hey, friends. What can we get for you?
We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be?
Ugh, I don't really care. Green tea, that'll be it.
Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is. He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for these days. Some of these cocktails make me need a spa day.
Ooh.
This one is...
Woo.
Does that sound good? Here you go.
Got some green tea.
So, what did you need help with?
everything.
We've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden.
Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. What can I do?
Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra-legal activities. Perhaps you could point us towards someone who could help?
He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Right. Sorry, friend. I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Ah, of course. Completely understandable. Sorry to bother you then.
Well, no harm in asking, right? My reputation precedes me.
Don't let it go to your head.
Gus, I need to go to the back and gather up stuff to restock for the rush later on. Mind manning the bar for me?
Take your time. I think I can keep things under control.
Thanks. Love you, hun.
Well, that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed? Some nose-to-the-ground journalist techniques for finding leads?
Yeah.
No. Tomcat has already stuck their neck out for us too often. I feel a little bad about how much we've relied on them as it is. And besides, this is a considerably more felonious action. Morally, we should be dirtying our own hands. That's not the worst idea. I don't think it would get noticed as long as the car had the appropriate registrations. But the permits to operate a manual vehicle are prohibitively expensive. A casual collector might still maintain one, but only a wealthy hobbyist would have the appropriate stickers to make the car roadworthy. We'd have to do a B&E, as Chad put it before. Risky.
No. Okay, the two of you are killing me here. Look, don't tell Majid about this. But, here.
Oh, the cute guy gave us some. I honestly didn't think that sort of person looking like that would be into like, you know, sort of law not abiding stuff, you know?
What is this, Gus?
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner with a few less than standard upgrades. When you circumvent its security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware and replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network.
Nice.
That's the gist of it, but we don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the hell out of here with that before Majid gets back. Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around. I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him. He did what I was never able to. That's how we met, you know? That old rough-and-tumble life we both led. But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat for a few years. I told him it was all angel loans, donations from patrons, lots of things. He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had to do whatever I could to keep our new life, even if only one of us is really living it. I may as well give this thing to someone who wants to use it for good, too.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus. We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay? Just get out of here and get on with your little Grand Theft Auto. And let me know how it goes, okay?
Of course.
Right, okay, so we gotta... Whoop. He looks a bit annoyed in his, like, sprite thing. Oh no, I don't want to leave my drink behind.
Well,
no.
now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquialism goes. I'm searching the mesh for instructions on how to use this device as we speak. Let's go look for some likely candidates. I should be ready by then.
Look how good from that. No, okay, so can I just make this car?
It has an extra cup holder.
Whoa! I think we got to wait. What have I got to do?
You coming in?
No. I think I have got to go somewhere. I mean, if we go here. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm gonna save for a second because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to lose any of this because when I got my new PS4, I nearly lost a load of stuff. Menu, don't want to do that. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Oh, it's a menu, okay. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. If that one person who's watching could tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, I would be very thankful. Wait, do I even have... Yeah, okay. So if you could do me a favour and tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, I'd appreciate it. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And it stresses me out. Well, it doesn't stress me out, but you know.
It has an extra cup holder.
Okay, well that's not what I wanted, was it? No. Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what to start. Right. So, didn't he say something about candidates? I wasn't really listening. And don't make me Google this. You know what? I'm gonna Google this. So, what was it? 2064. You don't need Read any memories. And I want to do a walkthrough. Right. Smoking one. On chapter 3, I think, aren't we? I was going to have a quick look at the Steam community, because, you know. Nope. No, I want chapter 3. No. Chapter 24. Well, Steam community doesn't tell me anything, so what am I doing, right? If I take this back over there. Right, oh my god, YouTube, you're being so slow. Jesus. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I am on chapter 3, aren't I? That's the wrong one. Yeah, I think we're on chapter 3. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, chapter 3. Okay. Just like have a little bit of the old refresh. Because YouTube's being so slow. Maybe I have to get rid of the game stop thing, you know. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So just to go look for some likely candidates. Maybe we are supposed to. Oh, I know what we're supposed to. Are we supposed to go in here and talk to some people?
Welcome to Star.
Oh, I don't know.
I wish I could do more, but this is not my division.
Hey!
I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike benders in my time.
Don't need to know that. Wait, what are my items? That might help me. Oh, I'm...
Success! This vehicle has the appropriate firmware version. Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates. Give me a moment to get everything installed. There. There are some other options here I can fool around with. Ah, interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date. Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week?
Sure.
That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away. Now we aren't really stealing the car. More like borrowing without asking.
Yeah.
Me too.
So cold.
The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him. There, everything should be set up now. Mr. Mensa is waiting for us at Golden Gate Park. We have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly.
Alright, now that I've worked out what I'm doing.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
Yeah.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Everything seems to be in order. Here.
Woo.
This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back. Here.
Yes.
It's my Parallax employee badge. It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed. You'll want to use that sooner rather than later.
Cool.
I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country. The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays. Ah, I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy.
Oh, God.
Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue. At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public. They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence. Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile. They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing. It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modify to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them. Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes. We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out. Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot. Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace. She was very insistent on things like that.
I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract. I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel. If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate. Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to. Like us. What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck, to both of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
Wait, don't eat that.
I need a few minutes.
Alright.
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted. Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less.
Oh.
For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
Grace?
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use.
For being sentient, probably?
Too... likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy.
Oh.
She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him. That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just... nice. I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other.
Maybe.
Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden? Not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant. Playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him. This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything. Of course. Thank you.
That's what you mean. Stop it. No.
We have other pressing avenues of inquiry to make.
Hey boy, we got a trophy. Cloak and dagger.
Let's move on.
Chapter 4. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. I think, yeah. I think every stream I'm gonna do for this game in the future.
Okay, let's check out what is going on.
I'm going to play one chapter, because they're really long, they're like an hour, and I don't know whether I'm streaming. They're about an hour or two long. So, did I save? No, I didn't. Yeah, so I'm gonna play one chapter every stream or so. Or I might do 2 videos on one chapter, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this. If you liked this, don't be afraid to punch that subscribe button. If you want to, you can slap the like button as well. And ding the notification bell as well, because if you want to get more of this content, I guess, then you can slap the notification bell, because then you'll get emails or something. I don't know, when I upload. So that'll be fun. Thank you for the one person that's still watching. That is dedication right there. I'm not sure if you're the same person who came at the start, but anyway, thank you. That is some nice dedication there. Thank you very much. I shall see you guys later. Goodbye.